Earthlings, I'm Muffin and welcome to my channel. It's Pride Month and you know what that means. Happy birthday, gay people! Seriously though, this Pride Month I decided to talk about being Aries. This is not my usual content format, but I decided to switch things up a little for the Pride celebration. This video's purpose is to educate people on this identity that is often dismissed and underrepresented in media. Really, we only have that one guy. And also share my experiences. This information could even help you to figure out if you're a part of the spectrum. Okay, let's start from the basics. What even is a race? A race stands for aromantic and asexual. Basically, being aromantic means you experience little to no romantic attraction, and asexual means you experience little to no intimate attraction. These are two different sexualities, and a person could be maybe aromantic, but it doesn't mean they're also asexual. I am the combination of both, which makes me Aries. It is a spectrum with a lot, and I mean a lot, of micro-labels. Though I'm still figuring things out, I feel like for now the term Aries perfectly describes my feelings. I personally fall on the opposite side of the spectrum, with me not being able to develop crushes, basically a dull, and having no freaky thoughts. If you really want to, you can research these labels and maybe find one that fits you perfectly. Great, now with that information out of the way, I want to share my experience with being aromantic and asexual, like how I figured things out and all of that. I kind of always knew deep down that I was ace, even though I didn't know that was even a thing, but I struggled to understand my aromanticism. So, when I was a little guy, I always thought that even though I didn't want to, I just had to marry someone. I guess the media that I was consuming didn't help, plus my parents and grandparents encouraging me to marry when I get older. I could count on fingers how many times I got a quote-unquote crush on somebody. First was actually in kindergarten, when there was a boy that I was very close friends with, and I also had a friend that had a crush on that boy. So my little brain thought that I also have to have a crush on that boy because my friend has a crush on him. The second time was in first grade when I picked up a random boy in my class that sat on the other side of the classroom as my quote-unquote crush. That was it. Like, I never actually interacted with him, and I forgot about him the next day. And that's basically it. I think I was feeling the pressure of my peers to fall in love because I thought that I didn't have a choice and everybody were just like that. When I was around 11 years old, I started researching more about the LGBTQ community, and I found out about asexuality. Though I didn't know about aromanticism because I thought that I was biromantic or panromantic because I did like people, just not intimately. One time, I even got confused by the labels because when I read about being aromantic, I thought that I was aromantic instead of asexual. Like, the label did resonate with me, but I just didn't know that I could be both things at the same time. Until I found one meme pin on Pinterest about being Aries. And that sent me into a rabbit hole of other Aries memes that resonated with me so much, including all of these comments about people's experiences and feelings, just how similar they were to mine. I feel like something in my brain just clicked. Damn, I think I'm Aries. And that discovery was literally one of the best things that ever happened to me. Really, I struggled with labels for years. I just couldn't find the right one until that time. It's kind of embarrassing, but I had a short phase of thinking I was anime-sexual because I was only interested in cartoon characters instead of real people. I'm glad that ended pretty fast. Anyway, here are some signs that may indicate that you are Aro/Ace. Number 1. You don't really have crushes, you rarely get them or have fake crushes for people's approval, just to fit in. Number 2. You're not a fan of being freaky with someone, disgusted by it, or just not interested in that stuff. Number 3. You value platonic attraction to your family, friends, and pets more than romantic/intimate attraction. Okay, with this section being done, I want to share some stories about things that I've experienced. Content warning for ace phobia, by the way. So I think the person who pushed me into heteronormativity the most was my grandma, who I likely don't have to interact with anymore. She wanted me to have a husband so badly, it's insane how much that woman was obsessed with my future personal life. It also didn't help with my dysphoria because if you didn't know, fun fact, I fell under the trans umbrella. Whenever I was talking about my future, whether it was my career or not, she would always find a way to include my quote-unquote future husband that she already made up in her head. When I basically came out to her, saying that I would never get married nor have children, she said that, quote, "Everyone thinks that when they're young, including myself. When I was your age, I didn't want to marry, but look at me now. I have a husband with 3 children." Well, that didn't turn out so well. Another time I was thinking about what job I could get in the future, and then she proposed the idea of me becoming a nurse to find a handsome doctor husband. I was 13, by the way, Grandma, what the fuck? And another time I was having a walk with my friends when she was riding a car with my mom, and they just happened to pass by us. After we said hi to each other, she said to my mom that, quote, "They should really start thinking about having a boyfriend and getting married soon. Their natural clock is ticking." I'm sorry, but I don't think that's a normal thing to say even to a straight person. And I have so many stories like these. I'm glad that at least my mom was accepting of me, especially when she was raised in the most homophobic and transphobic environment imaginable. But to all of you who don't feel safe to come out to your parents, I understand you. I didn't feel safe for a very long time too. The thing is, it will eventually get better. I hope that all of the people who don't feel safe in their environment right now, that there will be a person in your lives who will support you no matter what. I know it is scary out there when transphobia is on the rise and the news are getting worse every day. I hope we as a community can stay strong despite everything. To end this video on a more positive note, for this Pride Month, I wish you to always remember to love yourself. Even if so many people hate you, you are valid and you deserve love.